The patch just dropped and you're probably wondering if the F86K worth my time. You have to go through the whole of the French stack tree, which I think most people don't actually have. So I thought I'd make a little video on it as fast as I can. I just did 10 games with it roughly, got about 30 kills. I know that's not the most, but I think with my experience in jets that I can give an accurate representation of it. So all things out of the way, it turns very poorly. It feels a bit like a buffed up Hunter in that regard. And in this case I am talking about the F1. The F1 with minimum fuel will roughly accelerate the same thing as this thing will. And that is with missiles and max fuel. Of course not everyone will run max fuel. I'm just one of those people that doesn't like to die or miss out on a carry because I don't have enough fuel with me. So that's why I take this. I don't recommend it. Maybe I do. It's up to you really. Do you see yourself surviving for more than the amount of fuel you have? If no, take less. So getting into the game, I am going for the MiG-19s over here first. They are locked on this Vautour, so there's a big chance that they won't be paying attention. And funnily enough, they weren't paying attention, but they were turning and moving enough just so that it would be a waste of a missile, so I didn't shoot in the end. Trying to get the shot on the FJ here. Shoot a bit too low. Not a problem. Go for the other one. Gets killed by the Hunter. Cleaned up, nice. So I just extend away. Random missile teleporting in. Luckily I kind of sensed he was looking me, so that could have been the end of the game. Luckily it wasn't. Just pretend that you don't see the MiG-19 until it's a bit too late for him. It's really sluggish. He probably won't get the guns on, so I want to get out of the way. You don't really want to dogfight those things. Try to get on top of him. He saw me, pushes his head on. I'm not dealing with that. FJ quite slow, easy shot, high velocity guns, wings gone. Not the easiest kill, but these guns is an unlikely kill. Of course these are the same guns as on the F2, you have a little bit more ammo, 6 rounds per gun, so it's not that substantial. But it's more, and anything more than the F2 is always welcome. You start off with the first MiG-19, he outturns me at higher speeds. That's one thing I do know for sure. Of course I'm loaded with fuel and missiles, so that might hinder my performance a little bit. The thing that I want to do is just abuse his sluggishness. He's very sluggish, I'm very snappy, so I want to dance around his guns. Hoping he pulls up into me here, he does. I was gonna ram if I try to pull that shot. The slower we go, the better I turn compared to him. I try to get the shot and he just rolled out of the way. Trying to get the shot back in, but if I miss this one, which I do, he pulled up, I can pull with him because I will get 3 people on my 6, which is something I of course don't want. This is one of those planes you don't want to be slow in. You don't want to be caught off guard. Of course when you're fighting supersonics and Hunters, you can get kinda away with it. But if you have something like an F86F in the enemy team, or even worse an A or a CL, of course you won't really see the CLs right now. But those are planes you don't want to get on your 6. Even an F100 can pose quite a threat. It's 800 rounds and it will hose you down. So be aware of that. At this point I'm just picking up speed. Keep an eye on that Hunter that's on the left. Don't really know where he is at the moment, and then he comes back. I say the Hunter, but I meant the MiG-19. At this point I'm just waiting. I'm extending. I have someone on my 6. And I have people in front of me, so I kind of have to choose on who gives myself a good shot. We just reached the map border here, that's why these people all keep respawning. All these people are quite slow now, so I don't really feel like they are much of a threat anymore. They are flying away. I see this MiG-19 and he seems to be pretty committed. When I see someone that I think is committed, I will try to dogfight him. Of course, if I do know I have the advantage, I'm not going to dogfight an A5 on my tail. But what I do right here is I use my superior energy retention in a spiral, because when maneuvering, MiG-19s will dump a lot of speed. This thing does not. So what I do is I bring him up, do a little flat turn, cut into him, because he will try to go back down right now, and if he does that, then I can turn with him. Because the flat turn itself I will not win. I have to cut into his loops. So for even MiG-19s, when you dogfight him in this thing, requires some kind of finesse. You can't just do whatever you want and hope that you win. Maybe if I had some really good aim I could have killed him here. Luckily I don't need good aim because I have a missile. He didn't dodge it and he's toast. I'm not saying hi to the Mk.19 I just missiled, I'm not that toxic. I'm saying hi to the dude in chat.
That's why I'm not just saying I'm going to make a video right now.
After that I just want to pick a target, because I want to pick an opportune target. I can't just pick and choose. I have to wait till they give me a shot. And the FJ just killed a Hunter, which is a big MVP play right here. And that's one of the big reasons I was able to fight these people. Because if that Hunter was there as well, that was very close, but close isn't a kill, so I don't mind that. I could have easily died right there, and you can really easily see that even though I have slats, this thing turns quite poorly. And now I see this Mk.19 on me. And I know he's not going to stick completely. He's gonna dance around with me while the second one comes in. Which is a problem. With planes that turn this poorly, people that have flown the G91YS know this dilemma. When people start taking turns on you and you can't really outturn anyone, you face a bit of a problem. Turning back into him to force the dogfight. Of course he doesn't have to take it, but I'm just hoping that he takes it. Kind of inviting him, and then the second one comes in, so I can stick on him. And yes, this engine dies very easily when you neck G. If you tap the neck G, fuel starvation, the engine cuts out. It turns itself back on rather quickly, so not much of a problem. But it's still pretty tense if you're trying to out accelerate someone and turn your engine off for half a second. That might be your death. And this is exactly what I meant. You have to roll around his guns. Of course I'm also kind of turning into his guns, and the Vautour comes in as well. And this is not the ideal situation, but then I see the Mk.19 turn away. And I got a bit happy, because I'm still chasing the Vautour in a sense, so he has to fly quite far away to actually get the shot on me. And it looks like he wants to RTB right now, which is something I don't really mind. As someone that flew the Vautour quite a bit, I can guess that he's either low on fuel or is low on ammo, because that thing isn't easy to use. I've seen him spray quite a bit, and what I did right there was I went up, I used my turn rate at low speed, and then I cut my throttle as I go down. As we both go fast, he will outturn me again, and I crit him, blow his wing off, make sure to dodge that dude. I think it just sparked me, but sketch the max, Vautour coming back. And at this point I'm a bit worried, because Reaper over there has minimum fuel and it's 3v1. Of course I know, or I think at least, that the Vautour has low fuel or low ammo, or one or all of the above. But in my head I have to 2v1 the Mk.19s and a Hunter Mk.6, but you can see right over there. Try to get a shot off, he turned out of the way, so sadly I couldn't kill him right there. He was moving too much, so I thought that the missile wouldn't be worth it. And it wouldn't have been in the end. And there we go, Reaper's out of fuel, which is quite problematic. It's 3v1 plus a Vautour. It might not be a problem, but if he actually has 20 minutes and spare his ammo, it will be a problem. The good news, however, is Mimo over there is gonna strafe Reaper. And with strafe Reaper I mean he crashes into the ground. So now it's 2v1. Just a Vautour and just a Hunter. The Hunter Mk.6 I've actually never fought before, so I'm not actually too sure what I can do here. If I do what every reasonable person will do, I pitch up after him. Please don't do this, it's not a joke. If I see the amount of people that actually pitches up after everyone, is a bit worrying. And that's the Vautour. And as you can see in chat, he probably doesn't have fuel. It's 7 minutes in, he has probably as much as the F2 does, roughly, and they both take main fuel. So I just want to put pressure on the Hunter, and the scumbag the Hunter is, I'm not sure if he did it on purpose though, so scumbag might be a bit rude, but he led him right to his Vautour. And right now he can't turn back, because I can easily dodge him. If V2 is out of fuel. So I want to get rid of him as soon as possible. I don't want to have to 1v1 the Hunter with the V2 in the area as well. V2 seems to be going down. He won't make the base. And he just goes under my neck G and I couldn't get the shot. And here you will see the acceleration of the Hunter at higher speeds. It's kind of a boring fight. And he didn't know that the Hunter will probably win in a dogfight because of this thing. Sadly he dodged it. I was hoping that he would do a full turn to start dogfighting me so I could kind of compare. But I couldn't. Because he thinks that the F86K is actually more nimble than the F2. Which is why he flew like this, which I can't blame him for. But if I see something that's more maneuverable than the F2, say an A5 or a CL-13B, like hell I will dogfight that thing in a Hunter. He's diving away again. And you can see his acceleration at these top hands is quite substantially better than mine. He turns into me, so I cut him off for a bit and he just runs. And I'm not trying to mock this dude, because he flew it fine. Like if you think that you can outturn this thing, if you think that this thing is a very agile plane and you're flying something like a Hunter, he flew it to, well, close levels of perfection. Because it's almost impossible. Otherwise, if this thing was nimble, there's no way he's gonna kill me in any other way. So he has to fly like this. So what I'm trying to do is get some speed up into the horizontal and then cut him off, do a lead pursuit and cut him off. But he seems to kind of catch on. So he keeps extending, changing his angles, which makes it hard for me to do a lead pursuit. I'm just hoping that he's waiting to go straight vertical. Because I have this feeling, and I can confirm this, that in a straight vertical I will actually catch him. As on takeoff I mostly out accelerate all the Hunters. It can also be that it just has a big spool up time. But I think that this thing is better at low speeds. A bit like the Mk.1 bis versus the Hunter, where the Mk.1 bis will out accelerate it at low speed and the Hunter will out accelerate it at higher speeds. And by now we've reached almost 5,000 kilometers and I'm still going 800. 5,000 kilometers, that's a bit excessive, isn't it? 5,000 meters. And at this point I'm just staying underneath him. I'm trying to force him in a certain direction. He will map border eventually. It's a bit scummy. I know I normally say don't follow people that are running you. And yes, I would find it very annoying if I was chasing myself like that. But I wasn't too sure what the Hunter can do. And I wanted to give him a dogfight. But only after the game he said that he was more maneuverable. Or that he didn't know. So I was thinking that he was just trying to run from me. And you can see I'm catching him for a little bit. But then he despawns. He's a bit higher than me. So what I do at this time is dive some more. So it looks like there's a lot of separation. And just wait. Because he likes to come back down when the time looks right. Which he does exactly here. And then he sees that I'm coming back up. I have quite a bit of energy. And he pulls back up, which was his biggest mistake. He should have just tried to turn right here. I know that you think that I might be more maneuverable. Even then, if there's something more maneuverable on your 6 with less than 500 meters with these guns, you might as well try to air brake me and reverse me. Because there's a big chance it will work. I was kind of scared that he was going to do it. So you see me preemptively cutting on my throttle. Just something I don't do a lot. But I wanted to make sure, because I just got some decent footage for this game. But I'm not going to get reversed by Mk.6 in the end. I still would have uploaded it. And there comes the fridge door out. So I just dropped my throttle as well. And there's very little you can do at this point. And I just blow his wings off. And that's game. First F86K Ace on YouTube, TM? I'm not sure, but the next game I'm going to show you is more to show you the differences between the 9.0s, especially at the start of the game. I'm just rushing straight in at this point. And of course the Mk.15 doesn't really see me and he's stall climbing, so I blow his wing off. But that's not the part I want to show you right here, and I'm just going straight up here. And not straight, but I'm going pretty much vertical. And the whole team is following me, and this showcases quite well how much they struggle to actually catch me. And at this point I'm stalling out 4 people at least at the start of the game, which is pretty big. All these people are just hanging, and my team is like 4 kilometers behind me, and they clean them all up. Look at the kill feed, all of them are dead. Just great. Got the Hunter because high velocity guns. I probably saw that, but I wasn't too sure at this point. I just wanted a kill out of it because I just baited 4 people. I think that I can nick one of them. And that's half the team dead in the first 3 minutes. Look at it, they're all dead. Of course, this is not some textbook flying by the enemy team, but it does showcase, in my opinion, quite well how I can just go up and none of them will be able to catch me. And that's pretty much the game. Now we're just cleaning up 3 or 4 people. This game lasted 4 minutes. But I don't want to drag this one out too much, so I'm just going to go to the next one. This is the game after the one you just saw, so I'm trying to go vertical again. However, this time I got an F100 that's a bit hungry, and he goes right on my 6. And what I'm doing here is the same as with the MiG-19, it's just using my slipperiness, my responsive controls against the F100, because he does actually outturn me, but I roll a bit more smooth. And of course he tries to pitch out of the way here, and he goes right into my guns. Which is a bit unfortunate by him. I did get help by my teammate, but it's just there so you can kind of see what the differences are. So I didn't actually outplay that F100 completely. I did get help by my teammate there. The rest of this game is not much special actually. It's me just flying around, using my missiles. I'm just putting this in here as well, just to get an overall feel of the plane. And if you did enjoy this, I did enjoy making this one. I kind of like this plane, all things considered. Kind of fun to be back at 9.0. I can't promise more videos yet though, but I did enjoy this one at least. And if you did enjoy it as well, feel free to support me. Feel free to give me a little subscribe, give me a like. I make a video every week, so if you are interested, be sure to stick around. Without further ado, I'm gonna let you enjoy the gameplay. Nice little steel over there. Well, not really, but you know, I have to complain about something in this video. I'm just gonna let you enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.